stabilization point closest to Frontline. The doctors' everyday work on the sounds of cannonades. Very often here you can see the medics from the other country. It's very dangerous, but they're trying to get their experience.
Okay, ready, let's go.
Pierre is from Sweden. This is already the 5th visit of the volunteer medic to Ukraine. Here as an instructor, he shared his skills with Ukrainian doctors, and now he says he himself is getting new knowledge, working on the same operating table with Ukrainian military doctors.
I'm so impressed. I've been in a lot of stabilization centers, and all of them is... I couldn't believe this. So skilled, and they are so talented, everyone, the doctors and the medics and so on, and they do so much with basically no equipments. If you can, you have to help, because Ukraine is Europe and Ukraine is, we are together.
Doctors of different profiles work at this stabilization center. Before the full-scale war unleashed by Russia, some were pediatric anesthesiologists, others were dentists. However, here at the front, they all gain new knowledge.
They haven't seen anything like this abroad, because they didn't have anything like this. When the Americans ask the question why our helicopters don't fly to the front line to pick up soldiers, because it will be a one-time helicopter along with the entire crew.
Wait then, which painkillers, morphine or fentanyl?
Here is a very fast work, 15-20 seconds, and after stabilization they take him in an evacuation car and driving to the hospital or some another part of the region.
Is there anything severe?
No, just everyday work.
Doctors call lacerations on the body and limbs caused by a Russian shell as in everyday work. Patients are quickly stabilized, but there are situations that are more complicated.
We recently got out a large fragment, really without exaggeration. It was this big. We got it from the neck. We had never done this before. I'll tell you this, here in the current conditions there is a 1 in 100 chance. But he survived thanks to the combat medics.
After stabilization, the soldier is immediately transported to the so-called evac, an ambulance which must deliver the patient to the hospital as soon as possible, but the route to it is very dangerous.
Can you shoot? A bit afraid, but yes. Well, I'm given the gun. If you see Shahed, you shoot from the window, cause I have to drive.
And this is not a joke. Evacuation crews are a priority target for the Russians. Every medical trip is a risk to the lives of the entire crew.
First of all, you must think about your life, because, for example, if you run under fire to save even your close brother-in-law and get killed, then you will no longer be of any use.
Doctors transport the wounded defenders safely to the hospital. A serviceman with the Moses call sign says that the shell did not hit him by accident. This is the revenge of the Russian occupiers for the recent direct clash. With such a wound, he faces a long rehabilitation, but Moses says he will definitely return to the front.
I'll become a drone operator. We'll learn and eliminate them.
Hundreds of combat medics are serving in the armed forces of Ukraine today. They say chronic fatigue is not the worst thing. Doctors urge colleagues to join because today there are very few medical workers at the front. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Alona Grabova, UATV News.